everyone, Tam's here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to talk about my Jane Austen journal. I got a lot of questions about this in my last video where I shared why I have so many journals and notebooks. Lots of requests to see what types of things I put in here, and a couple of questions about what I meant when I said Austen in August. So let me address that first. Okay, so for the past 3 years, I have hosted and led a project for the Tampa Bay Letter Writers Club called Austen in August. Now, Jane Austen inspires me all the time in terms of my letter writing. I just love her and I like her books. I'm a big fan. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but during the month of August, we try to use Jane Austen as our inspiration. And I'm going to put in a clip here. What I do is I really go all out with the romance during the month of August in my letter writing. And I pour myself a cup of tea, I light a candle, I set up my fancy letter writing desk that's in my writing room, and I pull out all the nicer inks and quills and wax seals. And I really try to go all out on calligraphy and things like that. I also I share different things in the mail with people that are participating. We've done artist stamps before. We've done collages, zines, you name it, or sometimes we just send a postcard. Sometimes it's an opportunity for people to play around with wax seals for the first time, or maybe they want to practice with their calligraphy pen. That's all it is. And so I've received lots of cool things in the past few years, and sometimes it's like something a little tiny, like a sticker, or somebody thought of me and they sent me a Jane Austen silhouette sticker, or they've sent me an entire collage like an ATC. So let's get into the journal now, and I'll show you some of the layouts I have. I just collage with the bits and bobs, and I'll show you what I have in my journal. Okay, let's get into the journal. First, what I want to share with you are some of the things that I have sent people in the mail over the years for Austen in August. And one of the first things I ever did was this Jane Austen inspired zine, which went over very well. And people, this is easily something you can send in the mail, and it's something you can tuck in your journal. Another thing I sent one year was this collage. People could either use this entire collage and do something like, I shared with you guys how you can alter a box or a journal or something like that. I mean, a binder, and use it to store things in your craft room. Or they could cut out the individual pieces if they wanted and use those to collage with. So a collage sheet is often an easy thing. It folds up, and it's an easy thing to send via mail. And then I'm going to show you what people have sent me over the years. And it's a little chunky, but not too full, because, it's not something I do every day. It's just kind of a living, breathing journal that houses a lot of things. The first thing I'm going to show you is the cover, which I'm going to try to hide some things. But this was actually an envelope sent to me by someone who sent me some Jane mail. And I put the cover of the envelope on my Traveler's Notebook journal. This is just a blank journal. And I used to be in the Jane Austen Letter Writing Society. I had a pen pal through that, and they sent me some things. I put all kinds of things in here. Sometimes people will stick something in a little letter and say, hey, I know you love Jane Austen. I thought of you when I saw this. So they send stickers. People make ATCs. I've had, this was made by a pen pal. They send me Jane-inspired mail. Let's see. This is awesome. Someone made this. It's sewn. It's a bookmark. It's not Jane Austen, but it just feels like Jane Austen to me. And again, I don't always put specifically Jane Austen things. This is a postcard collage. Again, collages are a great thing to share with your pen pals. And I put it straight into my journal. Here is, I don't know if you can see, but it's like a replica of a old library card. I thought that was really cool. And here is a letter. Let's see if I've got another. Okay, this is another example of something awesome that somebody recently sent me. This is a Jane Austen wax seal that I took off and placed inside of here. And she also sent me this one. So the page was already kind of done, and then when this came in, it was the perfect thing to kind of stick in there. I loved it. In here, this is a little pocket, and I made this a while back, and it's just a collection of all my British stamps with Queen Elizabeth on them. So I've got a little collection going here. I just pop them in here from time to time. I just love the British stamps. I think they're awesome. And of course, they remind me of, you know, Jane Austen. So I put all the Queen Elizabeth stamps, new, old, vintage, what have you. I put that in here. An easy thing to do with your Jane Austen journal is to make it a tea journal. So like I said, we often exchange tea, so you can stick your little tea bag tags on here. Isn't that fun? I actually saw this on Instagram and got the idea, but clearly I drink a lot of Harney tea and Twinings, but lots of teas, and some of them I've thrown away before I started doing this, and I've just seen some of the most unique tea tags, and you can easily make your Jane journal a tea journal. So anyway, I hope that helps, and for those of you that didn't see before, my charm is a cameo and a champagne bottle. Yeah. I hope that gives you a little more insight into how I use my Jane journal and how I incorporate Austen and August. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.